Harry.
You?
What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, just God, you know, like we said earlier, planning the stuff for BST Wrestling and just being a dad again. Just going through that whole.
Hey, congrats! You just had a baby.
Just had a baby girl, man.
Congrats, man.
Oh shit.
Scary. Shit's fucking scary, man.
It's the same thing as raising a boy.
No, the hell it's not.
It's not. I lied to you.
Yeah, I know. I know. It ain't the first time. like it's just different. I can't really like touch on exactly what exactly is making it different, but I feel like I'm more protective of her than I was of him, even off the rip. And just like seeing how he interacts with her has been really fucking cool for me.
Cause he's what, like 8 now? 9?
No, he's like 11, dude.
Oh shit.
God damn, he was fucking.
Old as fuck, nigga.
Yeah, dude.
It's like you and Calvin, the last of the Mohicans, man. Y'all ain't got no kids.
Thank God.
You be all right.
I'm shocked Calvin don't got no kids.
Yeah, I know. Me too, actually.
Yeah, Calvin Puerto Rican. He should have at least 12 by now.
At least.
Well, no, he have
That he know
Puerto
about.
Rican, so he should have 6.
That he know about.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he might got a couple out there.
He might. Seen a couple little niggas look like
He's short.
What's your daddy name?
Peterson?
I hear about Calvin all the time, yo, because baby moms worked with him at Colony.
Oh.
So I be checking in every once in a blue.
I don't know when the last time I seen him, but he seemed to be doing well. His birthday just passed, too.
Yeah, for the first.
Yeah.
When was the last time I talked to that nigga?
I don't
It's
know.
been a minute.
Last
I mean, I
time
wished him
talked
happy birthday, whatever. But I think the last time I seen the nigga was, I think sometime after my boy got out of jail. I think he came by the house, but that's like within the last 2 years. So it's a long stretch of time. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Harry,
Yes, sir.
what the fuck is BST Wrestling?
BST Wrestling is a thought of a friend that became a reality. And among a long time, about 5 other of us came together and built it into a brand. And now we're doing shows in the lower Bridgeport. Now we're moving up to New Haven in September, and not New Haven, to Hamden in September. But we've been doing a lot of shows in the lower like Connecticut area, like roughly between like Westport and New Haven, because there's not a lot of wrestling out here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot, and you guys know, you two, especially Kevin Walt, have known me.
Real name. No gimmicks.
Yeah.
My bad.
Got the government's out there now. It's too late.
My bad. I didn't know I was
Because you
allowed-
live.
So, quick backstory. I've been knowing Harry since like the 8th grade.
No, earlier
longer
than
than
that.
No?
Seventh
Sixth
grade?
Sixth.
Sixth grade?
Nah, you didn't come to our school until like the 7th grade. We was already downstairs in that little basement area when you came in. We
No,
was already,
I
like,
did come up
retarded.
for 6th, but you guys were downstairs. I didn't know you guys till 7th
Okay.
because we were
okay.
still at Cross.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Been knowing Harry since like the 7th grade or whatever. And he's always been one of the biggest wrestling enthusiasts in our classroom out of like maybe like 5 people. Like niggas liked wrestling, but it was like, it was us and then it was them. Like they really like, they know all the moves to put the wrestlers and backstories and shit. So him doing this isn't outside of his wheelhouse. Like I'm not surprised that he's doing this. He's always giving off that, or like I'm gonna do something in wrestling. I just don't know what. And to see him actually commentating and he building your own brand, that's fucking dope.
I'm gonna tell you this, Kev. I didn't think it was a fucking possibility until about like 3 years ago, right when the pandemic started. So a friend of mine who shall not be named.
You ain't gonna name them, gonna name me. Cool.
Listen, my bad, all right? I didn't know who doesn't know your name.
You don't tell you think it's our government.
My bad. I didn't say the full name.
Yeah. Please don't.
Don't do that.
So he had this idea to start up a company, and he held a show at a church right before the pandemic started.
Wait, you can do that at churches?
Like the rec halls.
Yeah. You just
okay.
space so you can put some shit up.
I mean, okay, cool.
So he had this show. It was
Holy
called the
Grail.
Battle of Black Rock. It had a a good amount of people for like a first start off show, and the pandemic hit. So in his head he's like, I can't keep doing this.
Put a
Always
hold on
gonna
it.
go.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we found loopholes, and we ended up at Toe Talk Tavern, and my friend who knew a friend goes, "Hey, do you know anybody who knows wrestling?" And the friend goes, "Yeah, actually, one of my best friends. He's actually like, an encyclopedia for that shit." So we had a meeting. He sat me down in front of his TV, and he played a match. And he goes,
Do it.
"Call this."
Yeah.
I did what I did. I do what I do when I normally go to like regular shows. I do it in my head. And he goes, "Okay, this is our next show. Can you do this?" And I'm like, Are you fucking for real? And
Just
I'm
like
just
that, is it?
at this point, I'm just like, yeah, hell fucking yeah. Like I get to what? Hell, what? Like there's no fucking way. I went home that night and I thought about it, and in my head, I'm thinking fucking WrestleMania type shit. Like, you know, pyro, big ring, all this, whatever. Yeah. And it was not that at all.
Just a couple people.
It was like the complete polar opposite. We have a 10 by 10 ring.
Yeah.
And we have plexiglass literally just around the ring.
Oh, because of the COVID?
Because of COVID. You have like 30 people who can actually fit in a room because of COVID restrictions.
I feel like that's more dangerous.
Yeah.
We made it work.
Yeah.
We made it work, and we ended up growing like a little following.
Okay.
Going into like the second year of the pandemic, we ended up at Mayamog Yachts right here and by exit 1T8 off of 95. You know where you get off by Stratford Avenue?
Sort of, yeah.
If you don't go down Stratford and you just take that right all the way down, you'll end up at the Mayamog.
Okay.
Which is just like a yacht club. Bigger room, bigger, more people. COVID was kind of like letting up a little bit. And then so we ran a couple shows there, and they did really good. So, we're sitting back and like, what's the future? What are we thinking about all this? We ended up bringing along 2 other people. So now there's a total of 5.
Okay.
And we ended up doing shows at the YMCA. And those shows were like some stuff. I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to like all these like higher end indie shows, and I never felt what I felt
when you're watching it.
When we did Mega Clash last year. It was just like the craziest shit. And it seemed like we're just on a downhill, but like not necessarily like downhill like we're going down, but more like we're just catching that momentum. And we're about to kick the upswing, and then a lot of the buildings that we were going to run in ended up just not wanting to do stuff. We ended up landing at this place called the DAC, the District Athletic Club in New Haven. That's where we held our show in April. And we had about 200 people pack out an athletic club, and I'm just riding that high, man. It was the craziest shit. It's dream shit.
Yeah.
Like when we go back, like like we have said earlier, 7th grade. Looking at it now, I'm not thinking at the age of 37 now. Yeah, I'm gonna be
commentating and owning my own.
Yes, essentially. Like, and it's weird. It's weird. It's almost like a fever dream that just you don't wake up from. Yeah, so awesome, and I love it.
I'm glad you ain't block your blessing and be like, nah, I don't want to do this shit. I don't think I'm a good commentator.
Like, dude, I almost did though. Yeah. I almost did. I'm gonna get a little deep here if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, pause. All right.
COVID kind of messed me up, man. Like mentally, like I went through like a lot of anxieties, a lot of depression, because I'm an out body. I like to be like amongst people. I like to enjoy myself, whatever. And I got told I had to pretty much be in jail. Yeah. And I couldn't see my kid for weeks on end because we were afraid like if we had to travel to go to work, and all that stuff. So that kind of all just like, and I almost threw this all away. I almost just was like, I can't do this anymore. I was completely stressed out. And my friend, another Kevin, spoke to me.
Put no money in this shit.
Nah, he's actually one of my partners in this. He pulls me aside, and we had a real deep talk, like real deep. And he goes, "Dude, this is what you were bred for. Why are you doubting yourself? Why are you allowing all this like other anxiety and all this shit like ruin what you're building? Like, I want you to think about that." And I went home and I thought about that, and then I got to see another friend of mine, and he kind of just like slapped me with the same bit of information. He's like, why are you doing this to yourself? This is what you're supposed to be. This is what you were meant for. So I'm glad like I had those people there with me because I probably wouldn't be in this chair right now having this conversation with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see like where we're at now that we're talking about elementary school and where we're at now. You know, it's cool to see this.
A lot of them motherfuckers in our grade.
Don't do it.
All right. I'm just saying, I don't know what they're doing now.
Living.
Whether good or bad.
Just living.
I see a lot of motherfuckers doing bad.
Yeah.
They doing bad out here.
I've deep dived.
I don't know.
I've had some
You know, I'll talk to niggas.
crazy
Hey,
deep dives.
Let me let you in.
Let me in the
There's a lot of niggas doing bad
I
out
don't,
here.
I don't be looking. I don't even remember niggas' names.
Horrible.
anymore. I don't remember half these niggas no more.
Oh, I do. I remember everybody.
Yo, facts.
I remember everybody that talk
I
shit.
remember everybody's name to the point where like there's people from Wilbur Cross that are still like in my everyday life.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. He like, you actually know people still?
Nah, like outside of the people, like I generally like still like I see this nigga every week, but then like like Joe, I don't remember Joe. Like I still talk, I still fuck with him. Ruben, I talk to occasionally, but like,
Yeah.
like so like, but those are like people who were like my friends. Like and when we went to high school, we stayed friends. Like so, those are the people that, like I keep in contact with. Everybody else is like I
Basically, if you didn't move away, I still see you in some capacity.
I
Like whether it
don't.
be on Facebook, I see you on the street when I go outside, or it's like in passing. Like, hey, like even if we go to like a show, just like gathering of people, a party or something like that, you gonna run into somebody. I done ran into Sean Dale mad times.
Nah, I haven't seen that nigga since.
Like I because you don't be outside.
I don't.
So
I don't even use my real name on Facebook.
You
Don't find me, niggas.
Yeah, yo, that's true.
Yeah,
if
don't-
I were to try to find you
You
by
wouldn't-
your name, I'm not finding you
can't
by your
find me.
name.
Yeah, no,
That's my real name.
The smartest move you could have ever done.
I don't want to be found.
De incognito.
He don't be giving a fuck, but
Damn.
it's cool. I tried to get here to do a podcast, and he ain't want. Well, I don't-
Wrestling?
Yeah, a wrestling podcast with my boy Joe. Shout out my boy Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck happened with it.
Hunter?
It just, yeah. This shit just, shit just fell through out of nowhere. I was like, yo, I forgot how it came about.
So, you still talk to Joe?
Yeah, it's my nigga.
Okay. I have mad love for Joe.
But
I'm listen, I mean, there's no disrespect, no ill way. Like, I got no heat with him. Like, it's not even like that. The person I was then is not the person I was now. And for me, Joe was just, he was another level of excitement for me. And I was more subdued at the time.
oh, it was your fault. Okay, cool.
So, like, no. Like, so, okay, so we went to a wrestling event.
Yeah.
And he was just a little loud and a little more vocal than what I'm normally used to.
Yeah.
And it kind of just threw me off. And I felt like our vibes just didn't click the way I was expecting it to.
Y'all could have been a Skip Bayless and Shannon a fucking
It could have
wrestling
been.
podcast.
It could have been.
Oh, the chemistry
It could have
was
been.
Sleep.
Listen,
Let me say something, Sleep.
I'm not trying to say that he did anything wrong.
Wrong. Yeah, it just
he
wasn't the
didn't.
right match.
It just for me at the time,
yeah.
it just wasn't. You know, and again, I hope he's doing great. I haven't really heard from him since.
Is he?
I think it was like
Nah,
a
he
couple
good.
of years ago.
Yeah.
Is he like that though?
Nah, I ain't never seen him like that.
That's what I'm
He
saying. 'Cause
normally-
I don't know him that well, but like from what I know, he is like. In a handful of times I've ever been around, he seems like the
No,
just the
cool-
so,
the chillest, like relaxed out.
I've known Sleep.
Well, somebody call him sleep because he
roughly-
look like he sleep.
I've known him roughly 20 years. Him describing him like that, I'm like, what? He was screaming.
okay,
He was,
so, all right,
I've seen him like that drunk a couple times, like
that's what it
wilding out.
was.
Oh.
But that's
Oh,
what
okay,
it was.
okay.
He was a
turned.
little, you know.
All right, he
He's
was
too
turned.
turned.
If
He's
okay,
too
if
turned.
he turned and he in his environment,
Yeah.
it's a different
And
story.
at the time,
that nigga's awake.
I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big drinker, and those who do know of me, and I'm very open about this. My dad was a huge alcoholic,
Okay.
so like I don't mess with alcohol. I have a beer here and there, but to get drunk and to get like
To get sloshed and shit.
yeah,
get fucked
that's
up.
just not my scene. I'd rather get high and just relax. That's my vibe. So like at the time, he is whatever, and I'm just like. again,
Wallet.
I wasn't expecting it because
Yeah.
from what I've seen already, he was a super chill, relaxed dude.
Yeah.
We chilled at the pool
Yeah.
hall
Yeah.
at downtown. A
Yeah,
couple
Murphy's
times.
Law,
Yup.
yeah.
Excuse me, and it wasn't to that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like on that level. So that was like a 180. And I didn't at the time. I didn't have the skills to kind of like
Express that
express
or
that out.
yeah.
Like without necessarily
like
insulting
it's gonna come-
anyone.
like dissing them or something.
So like I kind of just went ghost.
Yeah.
And that's on me. That's on me.
Ghost.
He said 2 fingers sideways. Like,
Motherfucker
Like,
just
I
Homer
just-
Simpson
I-
on
it
him.
just
Went to the bush. Just went to the bush.
Like, and like my bad, I guess. But
Yeah.
like, that's just how I felt at the time. And it is what it is. Again, hope he's doing good. If he wants to come,
Nah,
nice
he's-
single bash.
Nah, he's good. He ain't never mentioned to me at least, but I forgot how it came about or something like
I've
that.
seen him.
Because Sleep wanted to do podcasts, and I think I saw something about he said he wanted to podcast or something like that.
Okay, so I did essentially have a podcast with my friend Manny, and the people that we were looking to do the podcast with, their schedules were just very hectic. So there was just nobody was able to meet at the same exact time, so they kind of just fell through the grapevine. But he's the one doing the Yup is a podcast that we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, that shit just poof. I tried.
it is something I do want to dabble in again. And there are some leads that I may be able to talk about in a few weeks. But as of right now, I'm kind of just preparing for the next 3 or 4 shows that could be down the pipeline.
Yeah.
All right, dope.
Trying to do Domino Network.
Huh? I was gonna try. I was gonna try to get my own podcast.
I mean, we could have that
situation
talk.
shit. We can definitely talk about it because I have to like the people, right? And then I have to like the podcast y'all doing. After that, everything else is
Negotiable.
yeah. Everything else is cool because it'd be a lot of motherfuckers like, yo, you should start a podcast. And I'm like, I don't like your podcast. I don't even know if I like you. So I'm not going to sign you to some shit. I might sign you in a 360 or something like that because I don't fuck with you. But I'm just saying, with them, I was like, all right, he know a lot. He probably one of the people I know that knows the most about wrestling. And then with Sleep, he always talking about it, going to shows, know all this wild shit. I was like, let me smash these two together, see what happened. They met. They did whatever they did, then that happened, and then poof.
So, right, if you bring him now to who I am now,
It might work out better than
it's going to work out 100% better because I have also a friend named Tiz, Tiz 5X, shout out to him, who goes with me to shows now. I have I wouldn't hate the word because it sounds like it's bigger than what it is, like a little entourage, but it's really just like a couple of my boys, like a couple of my inner circle people. We go to wrestling shows all the time. We're in New York. He'll tell you he's seen it. I'm always at somewhere because I'm always watching. I always got to watch because I got to figure out how I'm going to elevate what I'm doing here. So I got to look at who's doing what where and essentially try to bring them here to do something bigger here.
Yo, Sleep. When you hear this, hit me up. Yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's me, Tiz, my boy, oh my God, Kenny, and my boy Menace now, who's just started going with us, and we're just doing just a wave of shows. Like there's a couple shows that aren't necessarily ours that we're planning on going to, and I'm super excited for those just as much as I am for our shows because I like that bonding time that I have with my peoples.
Yeah.
That's dope.
What's up?
Happy for my friends elevating this shit and doing
Thank
shit.
you, thank you,
doing
thank you.
shit that they didn't expect to be doing, but just found their niche somewhere in the space that they love. So.
I've always said wrestling is the girlfriend that never left me. Whenever things are down and things ain't bright outside,
I always got this bitch.
you always got the wrestling. Always brings a smile to my face.
He used to talk about shit. I'd be like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, yeah. He came from WCW and did. Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah. He been doing this shit with. Yeah.
You did that flippy shit? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
man.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Got a new baby. Your business is flourishing, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for you, man.
2023 is a year where I feel like a lot of people are gonna they're gonna win. This is gonna be a winning year for a lot of people, and I've seen it already with a few cases, and it's cool to see.
Yeah,
it's cool to see your friends, and I'm not even talking about wrestling. I'm talking about just in life. Just seeing everybody win has been probably the coolest thing for me.
Yeah,
because you know what it is. We almost fucking 40. So
it's
not
things are starting to kick around.
I think that pandemic opened up a lot of people's eyes to a lot of shit we can lose and how much little time we have. It's mad niggas that didn't expect it. Nobody on this fucking earth could have predicted 2020 happening, right? And then the niggas that actually got sick and actually passed from this shit, niggas thought they had time. It was like, oh, this person in perfect health.
Done.
Get sick 2 weeks later, whatever time, gone.
Gone.
You thought you had time, dog?
Yeah.
Everybody got sick and everybody thought it was a death and you just waiting and just wait. Whoa, just my last cough? Am I gonna wake up? It was like, nah, I woke up, man. I got breath in my lungs. I can see everything's fine. I don't got no long lasting effects, man. We need to get to it.
Gotta do something.
Something.
Try it at least. Even if it don't work out the way you want it to.
Just try it.
Gotta give it a shot.
I mean, my eyes went with the pandemic, but I mean, you know, contacts are here, so we're good.
You mean like your eyesight went from like 2020 to like just worse? Or?
Yeah, my eyes are
19.3?
shit right now.
God damn.
Like, I have my glasses in the car, and I'm pretty sure I can like melt an ant with it. Like, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts.
Oh man, I ain't been an eye doctor forever, so I couldn't tell you, but I think I still see well. I think.
I
Psychiatrist?
think.
Nah,
I think.
this nigga.
Oh man.
Don't be hating, nigga.
I'm not hating on you. You got a girl now. That's her fucking problem.
Is it?
Yeah. Ever since she came into your life, I'm done. Fuck you.
Fuck me.
I've been telling you mad shit for mad years, nigga. Soon as I won't call her a bitch, but soon as she comes into your life, now you want to start doing shit.
That's how it works, though.
I know that's the shit that's this nigga know me for at least more than half his life. This bitch, this woman coming into his life. I'm sorry. My bad.
But like, how are you mad at something that you know and I'm pretty sure you went through?
It's not the point. I wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. I'm like, yo, you what you need to be doing. This girl come into your life, start feeding you vitamins and drinking water and shit, and now it's like, oh shit, I feel better. No shit, nigga. Yo, SoundCloud.